Hello, Slicey Dices. Don't forget Neeves Knives live every Wednesday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Check what day it is. Bang, Neeves Knives. I'm Jared. My lovely wife Kara's at work, and today we are going to change the scales on this to the Micarta scales that I got from SLICEY DICEY. Thank you, SLICEY. I really appreciate that, man. This is going to upgrade this knife. I'm so happy about this. I'm also going to, in this same video, we are going to knock back this side of the scale so that it's easier to unlock. So it's one of my pet peeves, and I want better access to Lockbar. I am getting used to it, I have to admit, but I still want to do it. So let's do this. Now, linked below in my description, I do have, you know, like tools and stuff like that. I don't know if I'll have, you know, everything you're looking for, but I do have from budget stuff up to a little bit better quality stuff. So depending on what you are looking for, we are also going to change places pretty soon when I bust out my Dremel, because I'm obviously not going to do the sanding with the Dremel on top of my knife table. But let's tear this bad boy down. I want to keep all these separate. We'll come back to this table when I put on the carbon fiber ones. First, I just want to get this scale off, or the scales off, and I do have my tray. You know what? Let me bust that out. So I busted out this tray. I should have did this from the beginning. It's just a little tray for me to keep all my parts separate, and I can keep all the pieces of the knife separate, so when I put them back together, everything's good. And I put everything back in the same place. Sometimes that doesn't matter, but you know, sometimes it does matter. Okay, let's get this bad boy apart. That's the stop pin that just fell out. Let's get this bad boy. I like being able to lay things across here too. I'll polish these also. Just lay those right there. Oh yeah, this thing's nice and gritty. That's awesome though, because now I know. Also, on Sunday, I'm going to do a live sharpening of this knife. If you want to join, feel free. I'm just going to leave this the way it is and clean it. Everything's held in there pretty good. So these are actually screwed on there, which I like. Okay, so let's get to this part. Let's get this A part, actually. Okay, so it's got a little pin, locating pins. That's awesome. All right, cool. So this is what we are going to tear back. Let's put the thing back on there really quick. Okay, so what we are going to do is I'm going to take a marker. I'm going to mark this section right there. We don't want to go farther back than that. Just a nice placement. Trying to make sure it soaks back into there. Alright, I think that should be good. Now let's check it. Locator pins work pretty good. See, I don't have to take off much, so I'm going to let this dry for a second, blow on it for a second. I'm going to get my Dremel ready. Now, just to show you really quick, I have a bunch of parts. I even have still a bunch of these pieces that came with my Dremel, but I buy extra cases of it because I go through these bits a lot. So I just wanted to show you guys this kit really quick. It's pretty cool. It comes with a lot of parts. And these things aren't very much money either. There are different versions, more expensive versions. This one's the tool shop version, so it's cheap. But I go through these so fast, so I don't really care. I think this one was like 20 bucks, something like that. Not bad. And you can get Dremels very cheap these days. So, like this one's probably like $40 or something. And if you go, you know, you can even get more higher quality ones. You know, it doesn't matter. All right, let me move everything so that I'm not putting any mess on my knife table. Okay, so I'm starting out with this orange bit. I'm going to be a pretty good distance away. I might pick it up. I probably should have put it in a clamp, but let's get to it. I'm not really worried about the bit. It's coming off pretty fast. You see the steel? Oh, maybe that's from me. Huh. I think that was just from me rubbing. I thought that was steel. I'm doing this looking through the camera, so... I don't want to stay in one place and make a hole. I want to stay moving. If I stop in one place, it'll go too deep in one place, so I want to stay moving. I'd rather take off more than not enough. Almost done. I think that's pretty good. I'm just going to go a little bit farther. Alright, let's switch bits and smooth this out a little bit. It actually looks pretty decent. It's not bad. I'm not worried about the scratches on the plate because it'll all be covered up. It's actually pretty smooth. I almost don't even need to do it, but I'm gonna anyways, just to do it. Alright, so let's check it out. I'm not really worried about these little scratches on the inside of the liners. They're not going to affect nothing. What I was mostly worried about is how smooth this was going to be, and it's very smooth. Let's put this thing back together after I clean it. Okay, so I have all my cleaning supplies out. I got my alcohol, isopropyl alcohol. I got my 3-in-1, so I can... you know, put the oil all over the scale so we don't have to worry about rust. I got my KPL. I got my rags. Let's do this. All right, first up, we are going to clean the surface of everything. The 3-in-1 oil I have, that also cleans and does a rust proof, but I'm just trying to clean off any metal particles or anything with this stuff. Then I'll come back and clean all that stuff. And like this, all this, I'll come back and hit this blade too. Plus we are going to be resharpening it, and normally after I resharpen, I do a 3-in-1 after that too. There's a lot of oil on this stuff. Oop. Oh yeah, I gotta put that other, I got that other locating pin. Okay. And then this side. Sorry if things are skipping around a little bit. I'm pausing while I'm just moving stuff around to have everything placed just right. I got like a whole kit of all the cleaning stuff that I use. Everybody's got their own like supplies and what they like to use, just like I got mine. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I will take a little dab of this, and I'm just going to touch the surface a little bit, and then I'll move it all around with my finger. This is just a rust preventer and a cleaner in one. It cleans rust off actually too, and it works good. It works really good, and it's really cheap. You can get that stuff for like $3 to $5 a bottle. It lasts a long time. I've probably had that bottle for 2-3 years. A little tiny bit goes such a long way. And then you just rub it in, let it sit for like, I don't know, I usually let it sit for about 5 minutes just to let it really get down into the steel, and then I dry it off. Usually I only do it on one side because it'll spread to the other side. I don't have to put it on both sides. I can just use my finger to spread it. Alright, we're going to let that sit for about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back. And while we're letting it sit, we're going to polish the washers really quick. Okay, so I decided to, because we're still waiting, you know, for the steel to sit for 5 minutes. It's only been like 1 minute, so I'm just going to hit these on the more, this is a hard Arkansas. I'm going to hit them first on this. It'll just make it more polished, and then we'll go back to the polishing stones. Oh yeah, that's got it looking good. Look at that already. I could just finish right on this, because look at this thing already. It's already polished. But I do like to get it just a little bit smoother. So that's it on there. Let's put it on the polishing stones. It's okay that we're getting a little soap and water in places. You can just dry it off after. Only takes a few swipes. You don't want to remove a lot, so you don't want to spend too much time on these, because you don't want to remove a bunch of brass. We're almost done. I know this video is longer than I wanted it to be, but don't worry, I'll edit it and make it shorter. Haha! Go figure. Jared doing some editing in his videos? No way. Okay, that's done. Uno más. There you go. Very, very polished. Let's get this put back together. I won't make you guys sit through that, so we'll clap and we'll have a finished knife. But don't forget to dry off the oil from all your metal parts. You don't want to just leave it on there. You want to dry it off after it's soaked in. All right, let's just make a finished knife. We're going to put this together right. Alright, so you can see I got a little oil on her, but that's okay because she's just going to darken up as she goes on. My hands were a little oily, but man is she smooth. And this, oh, I'm loving this so much better. You can actually see the lock bar now. Before you couldn't. And it's a little proud on this side too. This is so much easier than before. And man, after polishing those washers, I can tell this thing is really, because this thing was brand new when I got it. And nice and centered. Super smooth. Oh my God, it's so smooth. not drop shutty, but it's on phosphor bronze. It's like a more of a luxurious smooth. It does get a little lock stick here and there. But not like where like it's hard to push over. I just hear it. It's got a little bit of fight. Not much. Not enough to where it's hurting my finger or anything. But that'll eventually go away. That's just the lock bar breaking in. And also, when you just do a knife, sometimes the oil gets on the lock face where it locks up at. So you want to make sure that's dried off really good. Oil will definitely create lock stick. You hear it squeaking, trying to dry up. There it goes. Nice. I'm loving this. It's so much softer. The feeling in the hand is, I do like it a lot better. I love the way it looks too, man. What do you guys think? Let me ask you guys this. I know this is very far into the video, but do you like the black hardware, or is that kind of the problem right now? Let me put the clip on while we're talking. So, I was thinking, should I get all stainless steel hardware, or, you know, like silver hardware? Or do you think I should get, either make all silver hardware or like a blue or something? I don't know. I feel like this black just kind of stands out a little too much. A different clip. I do have another one that would work. I got this one. I almost wonder if I should swap that. I don't know. I don't know. Or I got a silver clip I could put on here too. Just a regular SPYDERCO silver clip. So, but I feel like it would look better. But I don't know. I don't know. Or, like I said, some blue hardware. Maybe a silver deep carry clip. Or like a stonewash clip like this. Put it on here. And then blue hardware or something. I think that would be dope. Alright, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I love you guys. Peace.